Angelina Jolie is one of the biggest names in Hollywood today, and her path to the top looks great when you just scratch the surface. But the deeper you get into it, the more you'll discover that her life was far from glamorous. From her addiction to drugs and self-harm to hiring a hitman to take her own life, this is the untold, shocking, and tragic life of Angelina Jolie. Angelina Jolie Voight was born on June 4, 1975 in Los Angeles, California, to the talented actors Jon Voight and Marshalline Bertrand. Growing up, she shared a special bond with her older brother James Haven, and their family tree was adorned with artistic branches. Her uncles, the melodious singer-songwriter Chip Taylor and the adventurous geologist and volcanologist Barry Voight, added colorful hues to their family tapestry. After her parents' separation in 1976, Angelina and James embarked on a new chapter under the loving care of their devoted mother, Marshalline Bertrand. She prioritized her children over her acting ambitions and instilled in them the values of love and resilience. Raised as a Catholic, Angelina's mother respected her free spirit and allowed her to find her path to spirituality, never imposing the confines of church walls. Angelina's enchanted journey into cinema began with stolen moments, watching mesmerizing films alongside her mother. These flickering images on the silver screen ignited a fire within her, lighting up a passion for acting that would define her life's purpose. She took her first steps toward her dreams at the tender age of 7, gracing the screen in her father's 1982 movie Looking to Get Out, leaving a trace of her talent on film. It was a glimpse into the realm she was destined to conquer. But her path to stardom was reeled with pain and sorrow. She had one of the worst tragic stories anyone could ever imagine. As a teenager, Angelina Jolie faced profound challenges in forming emotional connections with others. Trapped within her emotional fortress, she sought solace through self-harm, later commenting, "For some reason, the ritual of having cut me and feeling the pain, maybe feeling alive, feeling some kind of release, it was somehow therapeutic to me." It was a therapeutic avenue she explored, carving her pain into her flesh. However, everything changed when she embarked on a transformative journey of motherhood. She said in an interview that she only stopped self-harm when she adopted her first son, Maddox, in 2002. With the arrival of this little soul into her life, she discovered a newfound purpose, a beacon of light that guided her away from the shadows of self-destruction. Speaking to Cosmopolitan the following year, the actor revealed that her knives were now out of reach at home, but they're not gone. And yes, when I was 14, I cut myself and went through that phase. And I haven't revisited that phase, and I'm not going to, especially now that I have Maddox. The love she found in motherhood became a powerful antidote that shielded her from the lure of her former coping mechanisms. But that's not all. Angelina's path to self-discovery was marked by more than just emotional barriers. She faced more demons as the day went by. Insomnia cast a shadow over her nights, and an unforgiving eating disorder plagued her waking hours. The weight of these afflictions pushed her towards the embrace of substances, a fleeting escape from her inner turmoil, and she has never been shy of speaking about it. By the tender age of 20, she had wandered through the dark maze of addiction, by which time she had used just about every drug possible, particularly heroin. "Heroin has been very close to me in my life," she once said, "and it's far from the only drug she's dabbled with. Coke, heroin, ecstasy, LSD, everything," she reportedly said. "I remember taking LSD before I went to Disneyland. I started thinking about Mickey Mouse being a short, middle-aged man in a costume who hates his life. Those drugs can be dangerous if you don't go into it positively." This is a testament to her dire situation and how far she had soaked herself in impending doom, trying to seek help. She further said that she had bid farewell to her former companions, the drugs that once coursed through her veins, although according to a man who claimed to be her former supplier, it wasn't true. In 2014, the convicted drug dealer Franklin Meyer produced a video of Jolie looking worse for wear. According to him, "Angie was a client of mine for several years. I sold her heroin and cocaine." But let's say all of that is in the past now, and Jolie has become someone different. And that isn't even all there is to her yet. In her youth, Angelina also battled episodes of depression, contemplating suicide not once but twice. At the tender ages of 19 and 22, she was on the precipice of despair, going so far as to entertain hiring a hitman to end her pain. It all started when she starred in 1998's Gia, the HBO TV movie about tragic supermodel Gia Karanji. Gia has enough similarities to me that I figured this would either be a purge of all my demons or it was really going to mess with me, she said in an interview, and sadly enough, it was the latter that came to pass. The weight of guilt that accompanies suicide, and the feeling that those around her could have done something more haunted her. In a twisted turn of fate, she envisioned an alternate solution, one that involved a guilt-free departure from this world through a hired assassin's hand. However, destiny had a compassionate twist in store for her. Fate intervened when the supposed hitman, driven by a heart overflowing with empathy, urged her to reconsider her choice. He offered her an unexpected lifeline, urging her to reflect on her decision for a month. Miraculously, within that month, the winds of change blew through her life, altering its trajectory. The release of her deeply personal and transformative performance in the Gia movie, portraying the tragic supermodel Gia Karanji, resonated profoundly with audiences. Their overwhelming response gave her a lifeline she hadn't anticipated. People finally began to understand her. The veil of isolation lifted, and she found solace in the outpouring of compassion and appreciation. Throughout her tumultuous journey, one figure cast a long and troubled shadow: her father, Voight. Their relationship was marred by dysfunction from the early stages when he departed from their lives when Angelina was just a baby. In the years that followed, their encounters were sporadic, often played out before the prying eyes of the media. There were fleeting attempts at reconciliation, such as when they shared the screen in Lara Croft Tomb Raider, 2001, but the fractures in their bond proved too deep to mend. She arrived at a moment of heart-wrenching estrangement when Jolie petitioned the court to legally remove her surname, Voight, replacing it with her cherished middle name, which had long served as her stage identity. The depths of their fractured relationship became public knowledge when Voight aired his grievances in an appearance on Access Hollywood, citing Angelina's supposed serious mental problems. These painful words shattered the remnants of their connection, leading her mother and brother to sever ties with him. Silence reigned between them for 6.5 years until tragedy struck their family once more. On January 27, 2007, Jolie's mother, Marceline Bertrand, succumbed to ovarian cancer, shaking the foundations of their existence. In the wake of this devastating loss, a fragile seed of hope began to sprout as Angelina and her father tentatively began rebuilding the bonds that had been shattered for so long. Years passed, nurturing the delicate roots of their rekindled relationship, and in due time they dared to go public with their reconciliation. The scars of the past had not vanished, but a newfound understanding and forgiveness allowed them to embrace a fresh chapter. Angelina Jolie's journey has been one of resilience, transformation, and self-discovery. From the depths of emotional isolation to the triumph of motherhood, she found her solace and strength. Her battle with addiction, though she claimed to have left it behind, reveals the complexity of her past, reminding us that even the most celebrated souls have walked through the darkest valleys. Through her honesty and willingness to confront her past, Angelina stands as a symbol of human strength and the power of redemption. If you enjoyed this video, there's a good chance you'll also enjoy the one on your screen right now. Click, enjoy, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. See you on the next one.